Lisa. Welcome back to another episode of Bayroom. We're at episode 3. Pray for me, y'all, because, like I said, I think I mentioned this before. I'm doing this by myself, and it's hard. Very, very hard. It took all the strength in me today to turn on this camera and get to recording. You would think that shooting at home or like on your own device and, your own situation would be easier than in studio, but nothing beats like in studio, everything set up, just bring yourself. But it's a challenge, but I'm enjoying the ride. I'm trying to be as intentional as possible. I'm really excited about this season. We're already 3 episodes in, and as I mentioned before, we're breaking things up into different series. Right now we're in the Dear Diary series, where we're kind of unpacking this last year for me, all of the growth, personal growth in love, and yeah, just catching up, because as I've mentioned before, Elisa, last year, um, everything about myself has completely transformed, and about my situation has completely changed. So very, very excited. All good things. God is good. I'm happy, healthy, and yeah, I feel like I'm flourishing, if you can't tell. Um, so episodes 1 and 2, we spoke to some of my closest friends. They've gotten, a first row seat of this past year. We covered what my life has been like re-entering the dating scene. I think we can all say that your girl did a pretty good job, and it ain't over yet. I'm still single, but you know, I had fun. I don't have the bandwidth to do this all like for another year. Just kind of like, I wouldn't call it serial dating, but kind of just being very open and just meeting new people. And I don't have another year of that in me. So I'm chilling right now, focusing on myself and um, romanticizing, as the girlies on it on Instagram say, my life, and just like pouring back into me, and really focusing on self love and the things that make me happy outside of a partnership, outside of um, a man. So this weekend was Valentine's Day, y'all. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone, the men, the women, single, married, in a relationship. Happy Valentine's Day. Um, this Valentine's Day was very, very interesting. First of all, I want to cover some of the things that I've been seeing circulating social media this past Valentine's Day. Um, this idea, first of all, dating versus in a relationship, right? Or in a commitment. So whether that's married, single, versus like I'm just really like in the talking stage, kind of, but either exclusive or not, whatever, talking stage versus committed. I've been seeing a lot of conversations surrounding that topic and what the expectations should be. I'm not one of those that likes to speak on what should and should not happen. For me personally, anybody that I am not committed to. So this season, I definitely, and when I say season, I'm talking about in my life, I definitely have been trying to be intentional about my expectations, um, my expectations of the person that I am seeing, the person that I'm speaking to, dating, whatever you have it. I have had pretty, I wouldn't say unrealistic expectations, but my experiences have made it so that coming into dating I felt like it should look a certain kind of way. That being, I meet somebody, we vibe, we're locked in. I wasn't big on getting into a relationship, so that wouldn't have been the next step, but definitely give me all your time. Give me all your time, your attention. Yeah, we locked in. We go together, all your free time, all my free time, especially being a mom. I don't have a lot of free time. So the free time that I do have, I was on some, you should be, prioritizing that. But I quickly learned that, one, that's unhealthy. I don't have to spend all of my free time with the person that I'm speaking to. It's not always an opportunity to connect or opportunity. There are other ways to connect. There's the phone, there's FaceTime, there's other things, other ways to connect. And it does not always have to, free time does not always have to involve the person that you're seeing. And that's kind of how you keep a balance with in dating. You keep a balance. And I think that in my experience, that's why it's kind of always been rushed because we're spending every waking moment with each other. So definitely shifting my expectations. And that includes what I'm expecting as far as gifting is concerned, holidays, anything that I do for someone that I am dating, that I'm just talking to, is literally out the kindness of my heart because I thought of this person and I want to do that for that person. I do not expect anybody that I'm just dating to do anything for me, to be honest. That's how you set yourself up for disappointment. What I'd prefer to do is to allow someone to do what it is that the good Lord lays on their heart. Because that alone will reveal, any and everything that I need to know about how that person feels. And like that is all circumstantial as well, because just because they're not doing certain things doesn't mean that, they're necessarily doing anything wrong, or no one owes you anything. But you can take those interactions and those moments as a whole and kind of try to understand where they're at. Also, communication. So, like, for me personally, like, I wouldn't have wanted to have the conversation of, hey, what are we doing for Valentine's Day? This day is important to me, because I'm not necessarily, although, I'm a girl, like, I love and I love all the things. It's not like a huge deal breaker for me. Valentine's Day has never been like, I've never been the type that needs all the works. For me, what is most important is how you show up daily. But like, acknowledgement is great as well. And so, the way that I have looked at it is kind of like, allow someone to show up for you how they want to, in whatever capacity they can, in whatever capacity they want to. And you can decide the rest. But to put, all these expectations and needs, I need this, that, and a third, like, women on social media, so entitled. So entitled. And it's quite sickening. um and then, to be honest, like, this perspective I got from Kizzle last season of, like, for men, dating is an investment. Outside of Valentine's Day is expensive as hell, but dating in general is an investment. So why the hell do we think we're owed dates 2 days, 48 hours after meeting somebody, $150 dates, $200 dates, $300 dates, all these things just for somebody to prove their interest? We got to shift our thinking, but I don't even want to get into that. So yeah, this Valentine's Day, this idea of, what I should expect, or what we should be expecting from a man on Valentine's Day, is very, very interesting when you're dating casually, or just, like, not in a relationship. Even the conversation of, like, does my man have to ask me? Like, all these things is like, it's preference. And it's also, I mean, whatever. It's fun to listen to everybody argue about these things, but, like, we have to be very careful because people really take social media to heart. And you know, I know I've been in situations where I'm reading things that people have to say, and I'm like correlating it to my situation, and I'm starting to doubt myself, doubt whatever situation that I'm in, and have, all these questions, and like, it's not good to consume everybody's thoughts and opinions on things. If you want your man to ask you to be his Valentine, that's a conversation for y'all to have on your own time, outside of social media. And I'm pretty sure, like, if that's your person for real, like, a lot of us are in situations where that man is not really your person for real. So he's gonna miss the mark. But the man that's your person for real, is not gonna miss the mark. He's gonna know that it's a need for you to ask me to be your Valentine, and all of those things. Me personally, I don't need you to ask me to be your Valentine. Is it cute? Yeah, of course. Is romantic? Yeah, of course. If you do it, cute, love it. But I'm not about to be up in arms about you not asking me to be your Valentine. Just show up, mainly throughout the year, but um, show up for me and make me feel special, and we're good. And again, like, depending on the situation, I'm talking about being in a relationship. And then it's not just about the women. Ladies, are we showing up? Are we romancing our men? And it's not just giving the cootie cat at all. Like, are we doing things to make them feel seen and special too? Because Valentine's Day is not just about us. It's not. In my past experiences, Valentine's Day, really, honestly, I've never had like a real Valentine's Day, like all the works. I'm going to dinner, but like, some of my girlies, their men was popping. This year, the men definitely showed out. Definitely showed out. I'm talking hotel rooms, flowers, roses. I was seeing it all, and I loved it. I loved every second because, especially my girls, we deserve that. So definitely, like, that's the thing with social media. It's a gift and a curse. I feel like, you have to be very careful because it can either have a really good influence and it can inspire people to, be better, to have different perspectives. But sometimes you can get lost in it too. But I think that the men were definitely on point this year, taking notes, listening to the podcast girlies and the influencers about so all those subs that everyone was sending throughout the year. It worked, at least on my end. From what I was seeing, they definitely showed out this year. But for me, this Valentine's Day season was more so about prioritizing self-love and platonic love, meaning my girlfriends. um, so what did I do? I'm not giving no names because even though, the following is not that crazy right now, we're still not giving free promo. But I went to this really, really cute spa. It's actually a gym with like a, what is it called? Like a recovery spa area where you can rent out a room. And in the room, there's a steam shower, like a steam room with like a shower in it, and a sauna, an infrared sauna, and like a really nice like hot tub. Super cute. And you get it for like an hour, and you just vibe out. There's music, like you can put your own music. They have like a speaker, put your own music. And it's really such a vibe for you, yourself, your partner. So I did that. Spent the hour just relaxing and meditating in the sauna, resting. I did that early morning. Uh, what, what was Friday? Early Friday morning, and the intent was to like cover all that, record, get the content. But I forgot my tripod, so that didn't happen. But I also, am appreciative of that because I was able to really be in the moment, not be on my phone, and vibe out and relax. It was so relaxing. um and then what did I do then? I came home and I napped, and then um, I went to dinner with one of my best friends, one of my really good friends, who's actually going through a breakup right now, pretty bad breakup. So we had agreed to do dinner together, because Valentine's Day is about love in general, not just romantic relationships, just anybody that you love, just showing love. At least that's what it should be. I know, and the intention is to celebrate, couples and things like that. But I think that it's important to find love elsewhere because everything is so hyper focused on romantic relationships. And that's why, like, although we're talking about my dating life and we're talking about black love and we're talking about companionship, partnership, all of those things, family, the black family unit, it all starts with yourself. It all starts with self love. There's no way in hell you can have a productive, healthy, loving partnership or relationship with anyone if you do not spend time finding the love for yourself. Period. So that's what I did. And then also finding the love in other things because that's how you become codependent. Um, you know, I was watching, so back to Valentine's Day actually. So yeah, we went to this restaurant, really cute restaurant in Brooklyn. Again, I ain't saying no names. But it was really, really cute. It was a small black woman owned, I think, or just black owned restaurant, wine bar and restaurant, small, very cozy. It was really cute. The food was amazing. I had crudo, I had shrimp on a stick, and we had some like dry aged ribeye. I had a Cabernet Merlot blend wine that was fire. I did not get the name of it, but I love a red wine, and so that was really good too. So overall, it was a bomb evening. Then we took. She ordered us a Uber Black. We took the Uber Black to the next spot. We went to a lounge, and vibed out for the rest of the night. Got drinks, shots, and yeah, went home. And yeah, did whatever we did after that. Um, but what I was going to say, it was a really great time, a really great way to spend Valentine's Day. In the conversation of self love, and pouring into yourself and into your friends, I came across a conversation on Instagram, about this, and the guy spoke about, four different groups. You have the happily single, unhappily single, happily married, and unhappily married. That's kind of generally the four groups of people when it comes to romantic relationships. And a lot of attention is put on the unhappily married, the happily married, and the unhappily single. But people don't really talk about the happily single. People think you can't be happy and single. And I think like there was some type of research or study shown with people who, called think with people who feel happy in their singlehood. And 90% of those people had friend groups, or people close to them that they, made time for, spent time with, had hobbies. We talked about that season one as well. Real hobbies, and not just going out for drinks and stuff. It's fun, but something that is going to be stimulating to your mind, something that you can offer yourself that is going to feed you, um, and that's productive because you learn so much about yourself just doing things by yourself. like like you'd be surprised at how much you discover about your own self when you take the journey of, just solitude. And you don't feel lonely when you surround yourself with love, when you surround yourself with people that care about you, outside of romantic partners, when you are active, going to the gym. He was saying that, especially women, Those who are happily single have gym memberships. They go to Pilates. They go for walks. They read. All of those things. So I brought that up just to kind of bring that full circle, the conversation about, pouring into yourself and self love and just making sure that you're making time. It's okay to date. It's okay to date a lot. So it's okay to date a lot of people, but making sure that all of your entertainment does not come from the opposite sex romantically, because that gets boring. It gets boring. I've done it. It gets boring, and there's no real growth there. And yeah, you can become besties with someone and really build a strong foundation, but you lose yourself. And I think a lot of times that's the reason why relationships fail, because people lose themselves and they don't have any outlets outside of their partner. And so, that is the message that, at least in these last 3 episodes, that I've tried to also get out, um, and really reflect on too, because it's a reminder to myself, to prioritize self love. Um, and that brings me to, what is love? Like, what is my definition of love, and how does my definition of love continue to evolve? Um, and I honestly think that, y'all, this wig is tight. I'm not gonna hold you. It's making my head hurt. Hold on. Okay. I was going through it. Um, I'm still trying to figure out the whole love thing. Honestly, I'm only 30. I don't have the answers. I don't have a whole lot of experience. And this experience that I do have, um, they came out of weird spaces, very codependent spaces and unhealthy spaces, misalignment, all of those things that have no place in any relationship. Um, what I will say now is that love, at the top of my list on definitions of love, is respect, friendship, and understanding. Um, in any of the relationships that I have with anybody that I love, I think that those are the keys to getting through whatever obstacle. So, the failure of relationships come from the lack thereof, the lack of respect, the lack of understanding, the lack of, what was the other one that I said? I said respect. I don't remember. Did I say alignment? I think I said alignment. Either way, those have been my focuses, this time around, when, as I won't say on a pursuit of love, but as I am figuring out what love means to me and in this space where I'm welcoming it. Um, so any interaction that I have with someone, like, if there is some sort of conflict or whatever the case may be, always moving with respect, and first and foremost, not entertaining anything from Jump Street that doesn't align with me. I think that, like, I'm looking for a different kind of spark, if I'm keeping it real. And I think I've said this to people before, like, the energy got to be real strong in the beginning. Like, I'm looking for love at first sight, because everything else is so boring to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like in a phase right now, but it's like, if it's not moving me off the first eye contact, and listen, don't quote me, because I'm just being real right now. What I'm desiring, it's not necessarily the only thing that I'm requiring and looking for, but this is what I desire. I really just want that real cosmic energy, like, spark that don't die. And even if it starts to dim, it could still be like blown out a little and just poof, reappear. I haven't experienced that often, and I think it comes from um, just misalignment. Um, so yeah, to me that is how love is evolving for me like really being intentional. And I think that is also the key. Like if you find something you like, you guys are aligned, um, being intentional in those interactions and making sure that you're being respectful and understanding, giving grace, and just being open minded altogether. I think I talked a lot about open mindedness last season because it's something that I have struggled with in the past. So, yeah. Um, and that is also hand in hand with like some of the qualities that I'm also looking for in a partner. Someone who is open minded, someone who is respectful, someone who listens, someone who, yeah, is intentional. All of those things outside of like alignment as far as whether it's passions, what our passions are, what our interests are, even if it's not the same, something that I can get jiggy with. Like my love for music. I don't know if I can be with somebody that didn't love music. Um, someone who values family, um, someone who values work ethic and exploration of the world and of life. These are all things that I take interest in, and I am looking for, or I'd want my next partner to, have all of those things, along with a foundation in faith, which I've never shared a partner that had a foundation in faith. And in the last couple of years, I've also struggled with my faith a little bit. But I do think it's important to find someone who has some sort of spiritual um, relationship with God, or open to it, curious, because I think that also is the downfall. I think that, we need to connect to something outside of earthly things because I think it's been made pretty clear that this life goes beyond that. And so that is also a quality that I am valuing for real this time. Anything that I want my son to be is what I am looking for, mainly so that that person can add to my son's life in a positive way. Um, so yeah, I am approaching dating, love in this season of my life just like that, with intention, um, with an open mind. Um, and I'm also requiring romance, which I've never done before either. I'm a simple girl. It don't really take much. And I wanted to mention this too with the whole Valentine's Day thing. I feel like a lot of women have, and it's natural, and it comes with the idea of like not having expectations so you're not disappointed. But I also want us to be real about what we require. Don't ever sell yourself short because of what you think someone else is going to do or not going to do. Definitely like stand firm in what you want for yourself. Stand firm in what your love languages are. You can even communicate that. I think it's fair as adults to have the conversation of, hey, listen, I know we're just dating, or I know whatever, but this is what I like. This is what I want. Valentine's Day is important to me, or not. And so that brings me to um, the whole idea of romance. I think that romance is important. I think that there's different ways to romance. And I think that The goal is to find out what is romantic and what makes your partner happy. Um, for me, I think that I'm finding that I am finding value in the slow burn. I'm finding value in taking things slowly. I'm finding value in slow and steady. Like, definitely the whole stages conversation that I was having, or me and Deja was having, me and Deja were having last season, of really taking it slow and doing things in stages. So, like, the first few months of dating, like, I don't need now flowers, all of those things, really, really nice and thoughtful. But I feel like I shouldn't be hyper focused on the romantic aspect in that sense. Um, I think that for me, what's more valuable is time spent, even if that's like going for coffee, running errands together, even if it's just like going to each other's house, having movie night, chilling, talking, finding out if, and then especially for men, because I meant, as I mentioned, like, it's an investment. So finding out, do I want to spend all this money on this woman? And do I want to invest all this love and all this energy into this man? Like, can we just kick it before all the fun stuff? Because, like, I'm not going to lie to you, I love flowers. As you can see, I need new ones. These are really dead. They don't look that dead on camera, but they're actually very dead. I love me some flowers, but I can buy my own flowers. I value much more intentional interactions, aka making time for me. Make time for me, even if it's 5 minutes out of your day. Squeeze me in and let's chat. Let's see if this is even a thing for real. So definitely valuing partnership first and foremost, alignment first and foremost before all the extra stuff. I feel like y'all just be wanting flowers so you could post it on Instagram. Like, a lot of people, I mean, they don't even smell good for real. I forgot, somebody gave me flowers. Oh no. I gave flowers to one of my friends and for her birthday, and she like took them and like smelled them. I was like, people actually smell flowers still? Like, I know it's a thing, like, smell the flowers. I don't think flowers smell good. They smell like grass. And to me, like, depending on the grass, it doesn't smell that great. But they're pretty to look at. That's why I like flowers, because they're pretty to look at. But in actuality, they die. So it's very like metaphorical, more metaphoric, yeah, metaphorical, whatever the word is, because it is not long lasting, it is not like as intentional as y'all be trying to make it seem. You showing up to my door with flowers, like, that is not where the real value lies for me. That's me. But yeah, I think that, it's back to the conversation of alignment and communication. um Finding out what rocks the boat of your partner, what makes them happy, because we're not judging. If flowers make you happy, great. I'm just talking about what I need from someone. Like, yeah, come to my house with a bottle of wine and some Uno cards. Well, I got Uno cards, but come to the house with a bottle of wine and some food. Now that is valuable. My Taurus greedy ass. Yes, bring a bag of some food, some wings. Even if you want to bring some groceries and chef it up, something. Food and a glass and a bottle of wine. That's my language. That is my language. But yeah, this season is like, I'm really loving it. I feel like I said before, like, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I'm like soaking in all the lessons. I'm soaking in everything. This conversation of healing, the healing season, whatever you want to call it. I'm in that, all that. Healing is constant. We're never fully healed, but there's a difference between, dating from a place of like from a healed place versus unhealed place. I would say, like, for myself, the unhealed place was, combative, very combative. What else? Codependent. Um, Never been insecure, but definitely a bit of jealousy and possessiveness. Not OD, but like, a little territorial. I'm also learning, like, something that Naja said last episode that really stuck out was just like being able to compartmentalize and understanding that, yeah, we're together, but we're also two separate individuals. And so that comes with a whole lot of other things. And so being able to see that person as their own person, and that includes kind of like their interaction in the outside world, whether that's with other women, and it gets real, real sticky. But being confident and trusting your partner, um, that's a whole other conversation. You know what? I don't even want to have that conversation because I'm thinking about, I've had issues with like wandering eyes. Like, when you're walking with me, don't be looking at anybody for too long. And I don't know if that's a problem. Like, I don't know if that is considered like any kind of insecurity, or I don't know. I just don't like it. You know what it is? I don't ever want someone else to think. I just know how women think. I know how I think. If somebody is with their girl and I feel like they're looking at me for too long, that's a problem. I'm looking at him left field and I'm looking at her like, girl, get to stepping, because he's all in my face when he should be in yours. And it's just like, I don't ever want anyone to look at me like that. So that's why I'm like very big on like, keep your eyes to yourself. But I feel like, that may not be the healthiest. Some people like to people watch. It may not always be like a sexual thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. Um, but yeah, this season of love has definitely taught me, it just has taught me so much about myself. I think the main thing is just me being open to learning, being open and like doing a lot of self-reflection, taking a look at myself, questioning everything that I'm feeling, questioning the way that I process things, the way that I'm thinking about them, um, trying to make sense of it all and make sure like it's valid, make sure like it's the right approach. And it's not always going to be a right or wrong, but I definitely think that, we should pay closer attention to our responses, our reactions, and question why. Why do you feel that way? Because maybe there's another perspective that could add to, change, the way that you're looking at something, resulting in something more positive, resulting in even just like a better understanding of whatever situation that you're in. So yeah, I am grateful for this space that I'm in of self-love, rediscovery, and all the good things. So I want to leave you guys with some affirmations for anyone who is listening, who may be feeling lonely or even just redefining love for themselves, like myself. Um, so let's do it. 1, I don't chase, I align. What's for me is already finding its way to me. Whether single, dating, or in love, I am always complete on my own. My heart is open, my energy is protected, and my peace is non negotiable. Okay? Non negotiable. And if nobody told you today, you're loved, you're valued, and you deserve nothing but the best.